Coach Deion Sanders had surgery to remove his bladder after doctors discovered a cancerous tumor. Sanders says today he is cancer-free. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports today on former Raiders defensive lineman Christian Wilkins.
When you speak to people there inside the locker room, they say that Christian playfully went to kiss a teammate on top of his head, and those same people said that player took offense to it.
Adam Schefter on the Pat McAfee Show, critical of the way Wilkins was rehabbing a left foot injury. The Raiders voided $35 million in guaranteed money that was left on his contract. Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase goes on non-disciplinary paid leave through the end of August as part of a sports betting investigation involving Cleveland starter Luis Ortiz, who's also on leave. Tulane senior basketball player Greg Glenn III died over the weekend in what the school is calling a tragic accident.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Tuesday. Last year, I told you the Dolphins would regret the Tua deal. A year later, I'll tell you why I was absolutely right. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
From Studio 2 at the worldwide headquarters of ESPN.
Boy, howdy.
And the HD studio in Atlanta, Georgia.
How you doing?
This is Freddie and Harry.
Miss Rhonda in Indianapolis, what you got for us?
You know what? I cannot believe you all. I love you all so much. Freddie, your voice is better than Xanax, okay? And Harry, I love your energy, all right, baby?
Thank you, Miss Rhonda.
But y'all, I don't like your tone. I don't like tone about Ohio State, first of all. Now, you want to talk about asterisks? Look, the sun got to shine on the dogs behind every now and then anyway, okay? So, always, we are the champs, and they can go blue and go home, all right? Now, y'all be blessed, and watch your tone when you're talking about Ohio State.
All I have to say to this, like Pastor Troy, a hip-hop artist, he had this album come out, I Declare War, DSGB, Down South Georgia Boy, and one of the songs on there was Help Me, Rhonda. That was my favorite song on the CD. So, Miss Rhonda, you have no issues over here with HD. None whatsoever.
Look at you.
Help me.
Wow.
Rhonda.
You don't care how low you sound.
Me, Rhonda.
This is Freddie and Harry.
With my man Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman, you put us together. You have the best show on your radio on the Red Game Monday, known as Freddie and Harry, and we are here on the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Always talk about us on TuneIn and also tell that smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. What does the best and worst of your sports weekend have to do with Shohei Ohtani and the WNBA? That comes your way in about 10 minutes. You keep it here on Freddie and Harry. Hit us up anytime you want. You can do that on the Freddie and Harry call-in line at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. You never want to hear, Harry Douglas, about a quarterback at a certain age dealing with a certain injury, whether it's to the shoulder or to the back. That brings us to Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams. Many people believe, and we'll raise our hands, that we believe the biggest threat to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC are those boys out in Los Angeles. With that improving defense, with a proven championship head coach in Sean McVay, they bring in Devontae Adams to join Puka Nacua. That running game with Kyron Williams, that offensive line kept getting better and better each and every week until they ran to the Eagles defense, who did it to a lot of people. But this back injury to Matthew Stafford, and Sean McVay, the coach, said he is not going to practice at all this week. So, Harry Douglas, you play in the NFL. You know how these things can maybe escalate or evaporate. How concerned are you about this back soreness involving Ram quarterback Matthew Stafford?
Well, I'm concerned, Freddie, because when you look at the Los Angeles Rams and how their team is constructed, a lot of them being able to be in the position that they were in last season was predicated off of the quarterback and what he can do throwing the football and getting things done and his elite arm talent. If you don't have a Matthew Stafford, you say to yourself, man, how long will we not have him? That's the question, right? Because when you look up backup quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't want Jimmy Garoppolo to have to win 7 or 8 games or even 5 or 6 games. Now, if he has to go in for a game or maybe 2, you can live with that, right? Especially when you're throwing to Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua and you have Kyron Williams in the run game and you have an elite play caller in Sean McVay who not just call plays, but from a head coaching perspective as well. Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl. They traded for him in place of Jared Goff because they felt like they needed that guy to get them over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for Jalen Carter last season, being as elite as he was from a defensive lineman perspective, we might be talking about a different story when it came to the Los Angeles Rams and even the Philadelphia Eagles going on to win that Super Bowl. This is something that you don't want to deal with. Matthew Stafford is 37 years old. And the older you get, when you have injuries like this, it's just not something that you want as an organization.
Right.
But Sean McVay is saying, hey, we're going to be patient with him because we do know how important he is to our football team. And we do know if we don't have him, we don't stand a chance at contending for a Super Bowl.
Jimmy Garoppolo may right now, and I use the words right now strongly, may right now be the most important player in the NFC because of everything you just said. If Matthew Stafford, they expect him to be ready by week 1. Of course, everybody's going to say that. If they had any kind of concern, they're not putting it out there. They'll say he's day-to-day. We're keeping an eye on it. If they believe he's going to be ready by week 1, it's easy to say that now on late July, when we still got 38 days until the NFL season kicks off. So, yeah, I feel Los Angeles Rams on July 28th, you're feeling pretty confident that a 37-year-old quarterback in Matthew Stafford will be ready for week 1 when the season kicks off. But if he's not, or if he's compromised a little, then how are you going to get Jimmy Garoppolo to play at a certain point to Sean McVay? If that back soreness develops into a back problem or a back issue involving Matthew Stafford, who's still terrific, still has elite arm talent, but trying to throw with a back soreness in that division against the kind of schedule you're going to play, that's where Jimmy Garoppolo could be the most important player in the NFC. If he has to play any kind of games, if he has to play and make those kind of throws that you need this offense to do, that's not his strong suit. Pushing the ball down the field, intermediate throws, deep throws off the play action where Stafford's as good as anybody in the National Football League. We're rolling to one side and throwing the ball across the field about 60 yards. There are not too many guys that can make those kind of throws. He can still make those throws even with this body that he has right now. If they don't have him at least 90% right when the season gets started, then Sean McVay's going to have to get Jimmy Garoppolo and this offense ready. The question is, what kind of Jimmy Garoppolo are you going to get potentially if Matthew Stafford's back continues to be compromised, no matter what they're telling us that he'll be ready by week 1?
So here's the biggest catcher. When I look at the Rams and their schedule, they start out with the Houston Texans. Then I believe they play the Tennessee Titans and then the Philadelphia Eagles. So what's unique about all three of those teams that I just mentioned? They were top 5 in total defense last year.
And they can rush the quarterback. They can get after the quarterback.
1,000%, Freddie. So now, from a schematic standpoint, if you're Sean McVay, hypothetically, if you don't have Matthew Stafford, you have to start saying to yourself, okay, so now we're taking away an elite arm talent. So these defenses may defend us a lot differently than they would defend us if Matthew Stafford is the quarterback. So what do I need to also have in my arsenal as a play caller to combat what a defense may do to me with Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback versus Matthew Stafford? And all three of those teams that I just mentioned, listen, they were top 5 in total defense for a reason. It was not by mistake, folks. So clearly they're doing something right from a defensive perspective. The first 3 games that they're going against the opponents, and they're going to try to scheme up and figure out how they can get an advantage. I was on record, and I said this about the Rams. They have an opportunity with a healthy Matthew Stafford to have the number 1 seed in the NFC as a conference. Now, with that being said, if Matthew Stafford isn't there early on, and we're talking about him missing 7-8 games, I know we're not at that point,
right?
But just from a hypothetical standpoint, I don't see that happening because that's asking entirely too much of Jimmy Garoppolo.
The Rams' home is Los Angeles. That was also the home of AJ, who wants to weigh in on this potential involving the Los Angeles Rams, which I think is his team, at 888-729-3776. AJ, what you got for Fred A and Harry?
Garoppolo.
Go ahead, AJ.
Hello?
We got you, AJ. Go ahead.
Okay. Y'all selling Jimmy Garoppolo way too short. Number one, he's played in that division before, so he's pretty much familiar with the divisional opponents. Number two, he helped guide the 49ers to the NFC Championship games. So it's not like you're just this unproven quarterback who can't really do anything, and you're just asking him to manage. You still have elite talent as the running back and the wide receiver position. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Garoppolo is more than capable to get you like 5 or 6 wins.
Really?
So here's what I would say, AJ. Those teams that Jimmy Garoppolo were on when it came to the San Francisco 49ers We're talking about an elite roster that Jimmy Garoppolo was a part of. And there's a reason why, right? That Kyle Shanahan said, man, we got to go out here and draft for Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Lance didn't pan out.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Shanahan said, okay, well, Jimmy Garoppolo, he got hurt versus the Miami Dolphins. Hey, we don't mind putting Brock Purdy in. But there's also a reason why Kyle Shanahan at that time said that I believe in Brock Purdy, and I don't have to put handcuffs on him. But when it's Jimmy Garoppolo, I got to hold back a little bit as a play caller. See, these are some of the things that you got to pay attention to. You can't, hey, Jimmy Garoppolo was part of the Super Bowl teams that went to the Super Bowl when he played these NFC championship games. I understand that, folks. I do understand that. But I'm not going to sit up here and say, hey, if the game's on the line, I trust Jimmy Garoppolo like I trust Matthew Stafford to go get us a win.
Because to your point, in that Super Bowl where they had a double-digit lead, he had a chance to make one throw and overthrew the guy in the middle of the field. Yep. Which would mean that Patrick Mahomes might have one less championship ring on his dossier. And to go to the other championship game he played in, his team had a double-digit lead in Los Angeles against the Rams. And there were a couple of throws that he missed that he couldn't make that were easy throws. Now you're in an offense that predicates itself on intermediate to deep throws, which is not a hallmark of Jimmy Garoppolo. Those short throws, those quick outs, those quick ins, absolutely accurate as all get outside. But at a certain point, you got to throw a guy open. Even Matthew Stafford, a bad back, I'll trust that than Jimmy Garoppolo doing the same thing. His offensive game plan, if you're Sean McVay, is going to have to change to Jimmy Garoppolo because there's certain throws in that offense that are built in because of Matthew Stafford's talent that Jimmy Garoppolo can't make if he threw the ball twice. And not trying to disrespect Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's not Matthew Stafford because if he was, he'd be a starting quarterback right now. The 49ers would have never given up on him or traded all those people for those pieces for Trey Lance. Kyle Shanahan made that trade for Trey Lance because he looked at Jimmy Garoppolo and said, we have gone as far as we can with this guy's our quarterback being a championship team because they felt he couldn't do it. And to your point, Brock Purdy gets in there after Jimmy Garoppolo gets injured. Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy. And Kyle Shanahan didn't even look his way and say, hey, give Brock Purdy some support. Bring Brock Purdy some water. That was the only time they gave Jimmy Garoppolo's way when Brock Purdy got the job that he never gave back in San Francisco.
So here's what's crazy, Freddie, right? Because when I'm thinking about at the time, right, Jimmy Garoppolo playing for the San Francisco 49ers, and then Brock Purdy when he was playing with the San Francisco 49ers very, very early. That NFC Championship game versus the Los Angeles Rams, I sensed and felt a Kyle Shanahan saying, man, I got to call this game so my quarterback won't lose it.
Absolutely.
But let's fast forward, right? When Brock Purdy's the quarterback and they're playing at Dallas, and he said, you know what? I don't have to put the handcuffs on Brock Purdy. I'm going to let him throw it deep across the middle of the football field. And that's when he found his tight end for an explosive play late in that ball game. I don't think he makes that decision if Jimmy Garoppolo was his quarterback in that moment.
Tremaine Hutchinson hit us on socials at Coleman ESPN and at HDucks83 saying, I think the Matthew Stafford issue is contract-based. We never heard what his extension was or what new money they added. The back issue, he believes, is just smoke and mirrors. I'm not buying that. I don't think that's smoke and mirrors regarding a back issue and money. The Rams don't play that kind of game. And they're not going to play that kind of game with a quarterback that they believed in when we thought his career was over 2 years ago with the shoulder injury when it came to Matthew Stafford. So, Tremaine, I got to disagree with you on that one. That's not a smoke and mirrors thing involving a contract. If that was the case, then the Rams would never sign him an extension before to bring him back if they knew he had that kind of issue with either back or shoulder or something else that was going to hinder that offense and hinder Matthew Stafford.
Well, if that was the case, they would have said, okay, we're going to trade Matthew Stafford. We're going to get this collateral. We're going to bank on having the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft where the quarterbacks are way better than the 2025 NFL draft. Mm-hmm. And we're going to reset everything in that way because we also still do have a young football team. No, that's not what they decided to do with the Los Angeles Rams. I always thought you don't just say, hey, I want to trade a Matthew Stafford when you were literally one play away from beating the defending Super Bowl champions, the Eagles. No, folks.
They know exactly how much he has left and still a lot if the back does not get in the way. Terrence in Georgia, what do you got to say with the Rams and Matthew Stafford and that back issue that they think he'll be ready by week 1, but it's concerning right now here in late July?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. I want to, first of all, say to you, Harry, you have been in your analysis bag these last several days, my man, because it's real easy to say, hey, he went to the NFC Championship game, and there's a lot of factors, folks, that, don't look at it. They haven't played the game or certainly haven't played it to the level that you played it.
And so I appreciate that analysis because I think they're going to be in for a long season if Stafford's not healthy. And I say that being a devout UGA fan. So you're definitely in your bag on that. But I tried to get you guys on Friday because, Freddie, you had on the table whether or not Harry had more belief in what the Steelers could do with Aaron Rodgers at the helm versus what the Bears could do with Caleb Williams at the helm this year. And Harry, you passed the test. You got the answer to the question right. And so I'm going to pay you your flowers while you can smell them. I'm about to do something that's going to make me throw up in my mouth a little bit. But because I love what you said, I'm going to say, forgive me, Steeler Nation, but
oh, man. That was great, Terrence. That was great.
Everything was great about it. The flowers for you, the analysis, giving you love, the setup, and the payoff. Terrence, call of the week potential already on a Monday. Well done by Terrence in Georgia.
But Freddie, you know me better than a lot of people. And you know if I come on here and I say so, I'm not doing it for poops and giggles.
Or clickbait. And
I'm never going to say something that I don't believe in.
Exactly.
I just don't believe in being an analyst like that.
Yeah, well, certain people do. I'm just going to leave people's name out of my mouth. When it comes to Freddie and Harry, when it comes to Reggae Monday, he's Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Progressive Insurance. They offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance. So find what you need by visiting Progressive.com. Real quick, maybe the price tag has gone up regarding Terry McLaurin and Washington Commanders, and here's why. According to Adam Schefter, ESPN NFL Insider, the Denver Broncos and wide receiver Courtland Sutton have reached agreement on a 4-year, $92 million extension, Harry Douglas. Maybe that price tag just went up regarding Terry McLaurin and the Washington Commanders with him wanting his money, even though he's basically a hold-in right now being a camp.
Well-deserved number one for Courtland Sutton. He's a guy that, you know, when you think about Sean Payton, Sutton kind of reminds him of Marquise Colston. He's that big-bodied wide receiver. I think he's a little bit more athletic than Marquise Colston was. But you talk about contested catches. This guy, Courtland Sutton, is one of the best in the NFL when it comes to contested catches and being able to be available for his quarterback, Bo Nix. So great job by the Denver Broncos sewing up their wide receiver, who, number one, is a great leader in that room with a whole bunch of young guys, but also a guy that they can count on and be available for their young quarterback.
From the top stories in sports,
this is a huge story,
to the bottom.
So we reach the bottom of the barrel.
This is 3 Up, 3 Down.
Each and every week, when we give you the best and worst of your sports weekend, that means somebody gets the positive and somebody gets the negative. That's what 3 Up and 3 Down is all about, courtesy of me, Freddie Coleman and Harry Douglas on Freddie and Harry. This week, Harry's Mr. Positive. I'm Mr. Doom and Gloom. So let's get it going.
Number one
on the list this week, I'm going to the college football world. Yes, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, being cancer-free. Y'all, when I seen the little posts the last few days and last night, I said to myself, man, I took a deep breath and I said, man, please let Coach Prime be okay. Please let him be okay. But him being able to beat cancer, number one, could be eye-opening for a lot of people. To also go get tested and not put things off and feel like you're invincible. So I love everything about this. Deion Sanders, man, he's in good spirits. His kids finally found out, Shador and Shiloh.
Yeah.
But number one for him, for, having that faith and that belief. Shout out to all the doctors as well and everyone on his team that help him get to this point right now where he can still be a coach for Colorado and coach those young guys.
Yeah, Deion Sanders even said today early at a press conference that he made sure that he kept this information from both of his sons. This way, that did not interfere with their preparation for the NFL draft.
It was some scenes that you saw, all the bull junk that transpired on draft day. It wasn't just that. It was just, I knew as well, I had a surgery coming up. My sons to this day don't know what transpired. I just told them something with my foot, again, because I wanted them to focus on making the team and not focused on dad.
Even with all that going on, he was going to make sure that was not going to interfere with his son's preparation to be the best possible draftees, whatever team was going to take a chance on either Shiloh or Shador Sanders. Great number one up from Harry Douglas. My number one down, even though I'm not a New York Yankees fan, I hate it. Can't stand it. Because Aaron Judge having to deal with an elbow injury. Now, he's going to be on the injured list. They thought it was going to be a lot worse, but it turns out it's a UCL joint that placed on the injured list. It's unbelievable that here it is, that this could derail the New York Yankees in their quest to win the division. They're already behind the Toronto Blue Jays by 5.5. But now for the next 10 to 14 days, and then they have to hope that he'll resume throwing and gets his way back into the outfield. That's a lot of minutia to say, look out, this may be a lot worse for the New York Yankees and Aaron Judge because of this injury, especially when he had been the best player in Major League Baseball this year. Not saying he's the best player overall, but for this year, his numbers matched up. He was the best player in baseball, and the Yankees were riding his shoulders. Now, that's going to be a dream deferred a little bit for the Yankees trying to win their division.
Number 2.
Number 2 up this week, we're going to the WNBA and the Atlanta Dream. You know, last night beating the number 1 Minnesota Lynx in a ball game. And shout out to Brittany Griner, right? 17 points in the first half, had 22 total in the game. But she looked like the Brittany Griner of the Phoenix Mercury back in those days when she was able to score at will and just get buckets. She hit a 3-pointer last night, shocked everyone in the building. But now when you look at Atlanta, they are 4th in the standings when you look at the WNBA as a whole, only 2.5 games back of the New York Liberty, who are the 2 seed right now.
Brittany Griner, comeback player of the year. Book it for the Atlanta Dream, My number 2 down, I just feel awful for Traylon Burks, wide receiver of the Tennessee Titans. He was drafted in the first round, and he suffered a fractured collarbone diving for a ball during training camp over the weekend. He has not played in more than 11 games since joining the Tennessee Titans. Even with that potential, you understood why they declined his 5th-year rookie option. It made a pivotal career this 2025. And to have that happen to a guy that has a lot of talent but has not been able to stay on the football field, I just feel awful, and terrible for Traylon Burks having another injury and also setting back the progress he had made so far this offseason.
And we have to remember, with the Traylon Burks and them drafting him in the first round of 2022, that's coming off trading A.J. Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles. And for Traylon Burks to still, to this point, to not be able to get right and get that career thrusting in the right area and the right side of things, it's sad, Freddie.
Yeah, he could be out for the season. We don't know how long that fractured collarbone will take long to heal.
Number 3.
Number 3 on my list. Now, the Los Angeles Dodgers, they've been doing a lot of losing lately. But that's not what I want to focus on. I want to focus on the best player in baseball, a guy by the name of Shohei Ohtani, who in 8 games has 6 home runs, 12 RBIs, and 10 hits. See, the greatness of Shohei, I won't say is getting wasted because the Dodgers are definitely going to make the playoffs. They're going to have an opportunity to, repeat as World Series champions. But at the same time, I don't want people to just gloss over that Shohei has 6 home runs in 8 games with 12 RBIs and 10 hits. The young man is unbelievable.
Yeah, 4 words of advice to pitchers. Stop pitching to him.
Leave him alone.
This PSA brought to you by Freddie Coleman and Harry Douglas. Remember, you've been warned. My last down for the weekend, I'm just gonna repeat the words. We want to pay Micah too. He's got to want to be paid. Enough said from Stephen Jones, the chief operating officer of the Dallas Cowboys and son of Jerry Jones, what he told the Clarence E. Hill Jr. of All City DLLS. Yeah, it's wrong to say it because it's not accurate. Micah's got to want to be paid. He's gotten to want that for a while now, the Dallas Cowboys. Why you think that this is a good idea to put that information out there? That's why they're the Jones boys, the Jones boys, the Jones boys. That's why they are the Jones boys. Doodle, doodle, dee. He's Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman. It's the Reggae Monday edition of Freddie and Harry, presented by Progressive Insurance. Keep weighing in. You can do that on the Freddie and Harry call-in line at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. So we gave you 3 as that magic number when it came to the best and worst of your sports weekend. But who are those 5, that magic number of players in the NFC that HD believes has the most scrutiny upon their noggins? This is Freddie and Harry, and this is ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, everybody, it's Rich. Coming September 2nd to ESPN Radio, The Rich Eisen Show.
I think Rodgers knows it's his last chance, but I don't think that puts pressure on him.
Rich Eisen returns September 2nd to ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as, that's 888-665-0696.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. Best family-friendly business, date spot, outdoor amusement, pies, bakery, kids' activities, and place for kids' parties. Speaking of pies and bakery, have you tried our delicious treats? Apple crisp donuts, fritters, pumpkin bars with cream cheese icing, and of course pies, apple, peach, cherry, pumpkin, pecan, and blackberry cobbler. Stop and load up today or order ahead. You can even buy pies frozen to bake at home. Visit CurtisOrchard.com to learn more.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA Champagne.com. When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's bergtanksinc.com.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
All right, it's Tim Onstadt. What about Gail Ferrick's Trucking? What do I need to know?
We're busy. There is kind of an alarming trend in the trucking industry right now with freight rates being a little bit depressed, but our drivers are still doing good. That we have insurance for that with their $1,200 gross minimum weekly guarantee, so we make it put the pressure back on us to make your living. I've got one spot open for a driver, maybe one opening up with a retirement here in about a month and a half, but I'm ready for somebody. If you want to get on the list or want to make plans a month and a half out, definitely give me a holler and come and see me. Phone number is 765-793-7131, and then hit 4 with the auto attendant to get directly to my office.
And that's Gail Ferrick's Trucking, home on weekends, $1,200 minimum a week. You can make some money if you're hungry. You can go out and make some money. Tim, we're rooting for you, buddy. We'll talk to you
Thank
next
you,
week.
guys. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
later.
Talk to you soon. Tim Onstott, Gale Forex Trucking Dedicated Diesel Pitmaster Extraordinaire.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. After quietly battling bladder cancer for the last several months, Colorado coach Deion Sanders says today he recently had surgery and is now cancer-free. Sanders plans to coach the Buffaloes this season. ESPN has learned Cowboys offensive lineman Rob Jones broke a bone in his neck during Sunday's practice. He'll likely be out 2 to 3 months. The first game of the preseason, Thursday night in Canton, Ohio for the Lions and Chargers. ESPN's Eric Woodyard on the impact of new Lions coordinators John Morton and Kelvin Shepard.
They're also just in the same DNA of what already's been built. So I think these guys definitely are demanding their respect, and they're also just not trying to change everything because they know they have the same pieces in place. So, yeah, definitely. I think these guys are ready. It's going to be a little bit of adjustment for sure, but it's not going to be as crazy as some people might be thinking either.
Eric Woodyard on ESPN Radio's Game Night. From the NBA, Lakers guard Luka Doncic tells Men's Health magazine that after 2 months of dieting and working out in Croatia, his whole body looks better. The story includes pictures of a significantly thinner Doncic.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, man. It's Reggae Monday with Freddie and Harry.
When the love runs out and the lights go off, wanna leave this all behind. I'm hoping I can change your mind.
He's Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. Appreciate you joining us when it comes to Freddie and Harry Reggae Monday, presented by Progressive Insurance on Sirius XM Channel 80, as well as tune in. Don't forget to tell your smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. Information from Adam Schefter, ESPN NFL Insider. The Tennessee Titans have waived their wide receiver Treylon Burks. Not even 10 minutes ago, I had mentioned that he was part of my 3 down in terms of feeling bad for the young man, not being able to stay healthy. He fractured his collarbone over the weekend diving for a ball on Saturday. Harry Douglas, 2 days later, the Tennessee Titans have waived a guy that they drafted in the first round to take the place of A.J. Brown, who they let go to Philadelphia because they thought Treylon Burks was going to be the answer. And now he has been waived, a former first-round pick by the Tennessee Titans, when it comes to that wide receiver, Treylon Burks.
So this is the business part of the NFL, right? And we praise the San Francisco 49ers for drafting someone 3rd overall in Trey Lance and then saying, you know what, we made a mistake. We didn't hit on him. Let's trade him. And when it comes to the Tennessee Titans, they're basically saying that we believed in this guy so much coming out of Arkansas in 2022 that we're going to draft him in the first round because the upside is there, big, strong body, but his body has not been able to hold up. And you look at the 3 years, Freddie, he's only played in 27 games. Year 1. Only 444 yards. Year 2, 221. Last season, 34 yards. So things are trending downward for Treylon Burks. And instead of the Tennessee Titans saying that we're going to just keep him in the building with the regime that did not draft him,
absolutely,
they're saying we're moving on. That's the business side of it. We're moving on. Treylon, thank you for everything that you
didn't do.
I guess didn't do. But
I know you didn't want to say it. But I'll be the devil in church here. The NFL's a cold business, bro.
Cold-hearted?
I mean, 2 days earlier, even before that, they liked what he was doing in camp, thought he was developing a nice relationship with Cam Ward, fractured his collarbone on Saturday, unemployed on Monday. The NFL is a CBB, cold business, bro.
But I would also say this, though, right? There's a pattern here, an injury pattern. So if I'm the Titans and I'm in the front office, hey.
You didn't draft him like you said. Yeah.
This is a results business. We can't accomplish anything with you if you're not available. You're not on the football field. So we're going to move on, and we're going to go with the guys that we believe can get the job done.
Yeah, according to Adam Schefter, ESPN NFL Insider, Treylon Burks, former first-round pick of the Tennessee Titans, who fractured his collarbone diving for a ball on Saturday. 2 days later, he was waived by the Tennessee Titans, so he's allowed to sign with anybody else. But good luck trying for anybody to sign up with that. Even though he has a lot of promise, a lot of injuries. That does not add to somebody being part of a football team anytime soon or anytime later.
ESPN Radio's NFL Rankup on the top 5 fan bases.
You can't deny the power of Eagles fans.
The Detroit Lions.
Good one.
Jets. Jets. Jets.
Come on.
To the top 5 defenses.
It's the Denver Broncos. Oh.
Philadelphia Eagles.
This season, it's going to be the Houston Texans.
And everything in between. This is ESPN Radio's NFL Rankup. Top 5 players with the most pressure.
So who are these dudes that will have that scrutiny light on them, will have that pressure spot on them, who will try not to wilt when everything is around them that tries to take away their game? There can only be 5. There can only be one to tell you about that 5, and that is Harry Douglas. So let's get right to it. We never start at the top. We always start with
number 5.
At number 5, why not go to Lambeau? Why not go to Green Bay, Wisconsin? And I'm going Jordan Love at the quarterback position. Why, folks? Not because I don't believe in Jordan Love as a talent, because he can make every single throw on the football field. But 2 years ago, this is a Green Bay Packers team that was very young, and it was important for them to make the playoffs and go in there and get that experience. Well, not only did they go into Dallas or Arlington, whatever you want to call it.
Arlington.
They went in and beat the Dallas Cowboys and looked damn good doing it, and had an opportunity in the NFC Championship game, in the next round versus the San Francisco 49ers, only to fall short. Now, a lot of people at that moment said, "Ooh, Green Bay, they're on the up and up. This is a team that probably should be in the Super Bowl sometime soon." We have yet to see an NFC Championship game appearance, and folks, I know it hasn't been that many years. But for Jordan Love, can you get the Green Bay Packers over the hump and do something that the last 2 starting quarterbacks in that organization and that franchise have done? Aaron Rodgers, 2010, winning a Super Bowl. Brett Favre, I believe it was 1996, winning a Super Bowl. Can you do that, Jordan Love? Because a lot of people, from an analyst standpoint, and also a lot of fans, they believe that the Green Bay Packers are Super Bowl contenders. Jordan Love, can you be consistent from start to finish and get them over that hump?
Number 4.
At number 4, why not go to Dallas? Why not go to Dallas, Texas?
I'm surprised you didn't have him higher, but carry on.
Dak Prescott. We're talking about the $60 million man. And it's not regular season Dak Prescott, because we've seen regular season Dak Prescott play at the MVP level. It's all the postseason, Freddie Coleman. Can you do it? Can you be a star like that star on the side of your helmet in the biggest moment in the postseason? Now, the way the team is constructed this season, yes, you have to play very, very well, Dak Prescott, for your team to even have a chance to make the playoffs, in my opinion. But if you're able to get there, can you be the reason why you win and not some of the main reasons why you lose?
Number 3.
Number 3 on my list. Woo! Money make the go woo woo. Brock Purdy just got paid. Rock out with your Brock out.
You got no sense, man. Carry on.
Vanilla Vic himself. Now, Brock Purdy, a lot of people want to know, after making that money, after getting paid, can you still get it done? Now, I believe in you, but that doesn't mean there's not pressure on you. You guys didn't make the playoffs last year. You only played 4 games in 2025 in which teams made the playoffs last season. Only 4. So the schedule's not hard. Now, some of your cast of characters, defensively, offensively, they may have moved on. But Brock, can you rock out with your Brock out? Brock Purdy at number 3.
He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. Appreciate you joining us. It is Freddie and Harry on a Reggae Monday on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. These are the top 5 players under the most pressure in the NFC, according to 1HD. At number 5, here's the Jordan Love Brother Travel Salvation Show of the Green Bay Packers at that number. Then he's got Dakzilla, Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys at number 4. Then he's got the BPVV, Brock Purdy, Vanilla Vic of San Francisco at number 3. So that means we're up to
number 2.
At number 2, man, Harry, what are you going to do? J.J. McCarthy.
What?
J.J.
What?
And we not.
Here's flag on the
Freddie.
play.
We ain't talking about no damn J.J. from Good Times. We're not talking about him.
Temporary Vikings, purple
Good times. J.J. McCarthy, you're stepping into a situation in which it's better than any rookie quarterback or second-year quarterback You have the best situation of them all. What you going to do, JJ? Because, see, this team made the playoffs last year. They had a very damn good record with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. Are you going to put up? Or are we going to have to tell you at some point, shut up, JJ? And once again, I'm not talking about that slim fella from Good Times. J.J. McCarthy, that is, that won a national championship at Michigan. Went 27-1. That organization believes in. Played for Jim Harbaugh in college. So he got that pro coaching early on, is what I'm trying to say, Freddie Coleman. JJ, let me reiterate one more time. Not the one from Good Times that's slim with his brim. Not JJ from Good Times. J.J. McCarthy from the Minnesota Vikings, number 2 on my list.
Number 1.
Ooh, I think this is easy. This is easy.
Is it now?
Now, for number 1, the infrastructure in which he had last season in 2024, it just wasn't there. But this quarterback went on a podcast and said, I want your offensive coordinator. Oh, he was talking to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Caleb Williams is my number 1 guy. Because, see, Ryan Poles said that I need my quarterback to get right. Let me go get the most sought-out assistant to be our head coach and fix this problem that we have at the quarterback position. They revamped the offensive line. They brought in more weapons. So just like I talked about with J.J. McCarthy and how things are looking on the up and up and all you have to do is not mess it up. But Caleb Williams, they have put you in a position to where no one else can blame everybody else. If you don't get right, if you can't get right, then everything's going to be pointed to you, Caleb. Number 1 on my list.
So those are the top 5 players under the most pressure in the NFC, according to 1, the only Harry Douglas. At number 5, Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. At number 4, Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. At number 3, Brock Purdy, San Francisco 49ers. At number 2, J.J. McCarthy of the Minnesota Vikings. And at number 1, Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears. Those are the 5 players he believes are under the most pressure in the NFC. So what do you think of HD's list?
You heard from us.
I love talking.
Now it's your turn to weigh in.
Hello, you're on the air.
1-888-SAY-ESPN.
Hello?
1-888-729-3776.
Harry gave his top 5 players under the most pressure in the NFC. Who's number 1 on your list? He has Caleb Williams of the Bears, number 1 on his list. Who's under the most pressure in the NFC according to you? Let's hear it from you at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. And is the door really open for Shedeur Sanders to be a starting quarterback in Cleveland sooner than later? We'll get to that if you keep it here on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
In 1979, the first words spoken on ESPN weren't just an announcement.
If you're a fan,
they were a sports prophecy.
Right now, you're standing on the edge of tomorrow.
This fall, the next era of ESPN begins. Sports Forever.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisor Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
So what about dedicated diesel and the Dixie Chopper?
There are mowers there to be had at the best prices that you'll ever see on an industrial or a residential type mower that carries a bumper-to-bumper warranty on the drivetrain, the whole works, some thousands off. We're gonna move these out, and Andy is the guy to see. 217-328-0562. He'll help you out. If you need service or parts on a Dixie Chopper, he's the guy to talk to.
Yep, and this is the fastest lawnmower ever made. So, ready to go.
World's fastest mower, Dixie Chopper.
That's it.
That's right.
Well, my friend, it is always a pleasure to get your tips on the Pitmaster side and, of course, learn about Gelferix Trucking and Dedicated Diesel, which you are in charge of, sir. So, well done.
Give us that contact information.
Email me at timo@gftlog.com or call me at the office at 765-793-7131 and hit 4 when the auto attendant answers.
Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center is open for the summer swimming season. Bring the whole family for a fun day at the pool. The pool opens weekdays at 12:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sundays at 11 a.m. Buy a pool membership or punch cards for savings on admission. Stay up to date on Facebook and Twitter for special days and events at the pool. Have fun and splash in the sun. Go to Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center this summer. For details, visit urbanaparks.org.
We're talking to John Reichert from A&R Mechanical. 100 years in our community. So many buildings in this town, like Memorial Stadium. Of course, the State Farm Center. Can you remember the reaction from the company getting that? Because that's a big one.
Oh, that was huge. If you just think about it a little bit, everything we put in is straight, pipe is straight. We're putting all that into a round building. And, it took a lot of know-how to make that project happen. It was one of the first projects we did using our new technologies. And the timing was just right. We were the right people for that project, and I think we did it successfully.
The legacy of A&R. John, I could almost say, what haven't you built? Up and down campus, the Siebel Center was fairly new for computer science.
Everybody was working as a team, and I think it came out very well.
A&R Mechanical has helped build Carl at the Fields expansion and other Carl projects in Provena and Sarah Bush Lincoln. The list goes on and on. Visit them at ar-mech.com. From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information, including repair quotes and online scheduling requests, available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Upgrade your learning experience during Dell Technologies Back to School event with AI PCs like the Dell 14 Plus featuring an Intel Core Ultra processor starting at $749.99. Supercharge your studies with features like real-time notes transcription, AI accelerated hardware to run multiple apps without slowing down, extended battery life, and more. That's the power of new AI PCs with Intel inside. Discover a smarter way to learn at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to GNC.com.
Hey, man. It's Reggae Monday with Freddie and Harry.
You know I'm the queen with the magic touch.
You know I'm the queen with the tender touch. That's why them love me so much.
He's Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. It is Reggae Monday time for you, and you. Courtesy of us on Freddie and Harry, presented by Progressive Insurance on Sirius XM Channel 80, as well as tune in and tell that smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. Is that door really open for Shedeur Sanders to maybe start sooner than later, because Kenny Pickett, Browns quarterback, the leader right now in the clubhouse to be the starting quarterback week 1, injured his hamstring, Harry Douglas, and is expected to reevaluate the injury later on this week. I don't know how wide open the Browns quarterback job is, but you got a name like Shedeur Sanders there. People will wonder, maybe, just maybe, he can get that starting job and get it sooner than later because of this.
So this opens up the door, not just for Shedeur Sanders, but also for their third-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, Dillon Gabriel. Because now you're exiting one guy who was taking reps away from the other three, and now those three guys are going to be able to have, and I should just focus on the rookie quarterbacks, right? They know what Joe Flacco can do. He was with this team already once and was able to come in and hold the ship down and lead them to a playoff appearance. But, you know, for Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, man, you never want a teammate, especially a guy in your own room, to go down.
Right.
But this is also an opportunity for both of those guys to capitalize on the reps that they're probably going to get, because Kenny Pickett cannot be out there with the hamstring injury. And if you're Shedeur, it's about taking advantage of every single rep. I don't care if it's with the first team, second team, third team. Capitalize off every single thing that you're doing. Go in when you go into red zone, situational football, third downs, be precise, be decisive, make the throws, anticipate, show the coaches that you do belong so you can earn more reps with the higher teams, I would say.
One of the things about what has gone on is basically what you said, getting more first-team reps, because he wasn't getting, meaning Shedeur Sanders, a lot of first-team reps. Kenny Pickett injures his hamstring, and all of a sudden he's getting in the mix with Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel.
It's not in my control. So I'm not even going to think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is.
It's the right approach. It's the right thing to say. I know he does not feel that way. Shedeur Sanders is a very, very highly confident young man. He believes that at any given time he's going to be not just the best quarterback on the field, but the best player in the field. No matter where it comes from, call whatever you want, it's the damn truth, because that's how he feels. So whenever his opportunity presents itself, he believes that you give me more of an opportunity, I'm going to take this job. It will not be given to me. It will not be handed to me, which is exactly the kind of approach you want at that position, whether it's Shedeur Sanders, whether it's Dillon Gabriel, especially when those two quarterbacks were drafted within 2 rounds of each other. This is not about Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett. This is about Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders trying to secure the NFL future. Because if either one of these 4 quarterbacks does not work out and the Browns finish with a less than stellar record, guess what they're going to do next year? More than likely draft a quarterback.
So that's why it's urgent to me, though, Freddie, for Dillon Gabriel and also Shedeur Sanders, because of the 2 first-round picks for the Cleveland Browns in 2026. Like, it's urgent for both guys to show, hey, I can be trusted. Situational football, I can operate the offense. If I have to make a check at the line of scrimmage, I can get us into the right play or the right protection.
Right.
And I can still anticipate and make the throw, and I know exactly where to go. And if it's not there, I know how to go through my reads and still complete a pass for potentially first down, right? So that's why it's so urgent, I think, for both of these guys, because of what's in store for Cleveland in 2026. They have their first-round pick along with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if Jacksonville is terrible next season and Cleveland is terrible next season, wouldn't it be crazy if they mess around and have the number 1 and number 2 overall pick in 2026?
Which means
how insane would that be?
It would be very Cleveland-esque based on previous events and previous results. Remember, this is the same team that has started 40 different quarterbacks since 1999. They may want to starting 41, 42, and 43 this year in 2025. Nothing is off the table. No one's off the table, no matter this year or the next year potential, if that happens in Cleveland.
And I would also add this, like, the urgency is definitely up for the 2 young quarterbacks. But you say to yourself, okay, don't go in panic mode when you go in and you get your reps.
Absolutely.
You understand that.
Be the quarterback
the
they drafted.
Right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you out there, if you're under center, if you're in the shotgun, be cool, calm, and collected. Don't show that you're sporadic and you're panicking when things happen. You have that internal clock in your head. You understand the circumstances and everything that's going on. Go out there and play the game that you love, that you've been doing your entire life.
Yeah, I don't worry about a sense of panic with Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. That thought process has never ended with me whenever they get their opportunity, because Dillon Gabriel wants to show he's a better quarterback than the guy they drafted after him, who had more of a name when it came to Shedeur Sanders. Sanders wants to show that he can be the kind of quarterback he believed he should have been drafted in the first round. So a sense of panic is not going to be there. A sense of cockiness is going to be there, which is exactly what you want. You want guys to go out there and say, I'm going to be the best one in this position group. I'm going to be the best one in this room. Why would you not want that when you've been so star-crossed at that position in Cleveland when it comes to the Browns and quarterback? Harry Douglas, Freddie Coleman on Reggae Monday when it comes to Freddie and Harry. And the Dallas Cowboys said they want Micah Parsons to want to be paid.
Say what?
Yeah, we say that all the time, the Dallas Cowboys. We'll get to that. Say what? Next on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Looking for a roof you could count on? Call Freedom Roofing. Locally owned and proudly serving Central Illinois. Whether it's residential or commercial roofing or even siding, Freedom Roofing gets the job done right. With over 280 5-star Google reviews, you know you're working with a team you can trust. Quality work, honest prices, and service that stands tall, just like the flag we fly. Visit freedomchampaign.com today. Freedom Roofing, built on integrity, powered by pride. Every room is filled with savings this week during the House Full of Savings event at Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Get hundreds of dollars off every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get a $50 labor credit for every 100 feet of carpet or floors purchased. And here's a bonus. Get up to $1,000 rebate on Pergo floors. Plus, get $200 back on every $1,000 you spend on furniture and rugs. And buy it all with 2 years free financing. The House Full of Savings event going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Hi, this is Ross Craig with Philo Exchange Bank. Do you need a loan? When it comes to personal or commercial lending, experience matters. Philo Exchange Bank is a different kind of bank with over 135 years of combined lending experience. Let us be your trusted partner. Unlike many other banks, our lending decisions are made quickly and efficiently within the walls of the bank.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stevie J Broadcasting is looking for organizations that regularly distribute information regarding employment opportunities to job applicants or have job applicants to refer. If your organization would like to receive notification of job vacancies at our stations, please notify Human Relations at 101 East Washington in Philo, Illinois, 61864, or email hr@sjbroadcasting.com or by phone at 217-367-1195. SJ Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer encouraging minorities and females to apply.
Tell me about Gale Frericks Trucking.
We're doing great right now with freight and drivers. We do have a couple of spots. For July, I'm going to go ahead. We did last month, and it was great, and it filled up what we had available. I'm going to go ahead and do a $4,000 sign-on bonus for the month of July. And with the reminder that the drivers that are with us when harvest starts will be the first ones that have the opportunity to haul grain in the fall. There'll be about 4 or 5 of those spots open. That means they're home every night. They're making a good paycheck every day. Now they do have to work on the weekends some during harvest because that's all dictated by the weather, but we have several people that enjoy doing that.
You bet.
So if somebody is interested in that, get on with us now, get some regional work in, and be ready to go harvest in the fall.
Give us that contact information.
Email me at timo@gftlog.com or call me 765-793-7131 and hit 4 when the auto attendant answers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Colorado Buffaloes coach Deion Sanders says today he is cancer-free after surgery for bladder cancer, and he plans to coach this season.
I'm able, I'm strong, I'm ready. I'm still probably about 12 pounds down. I'm going to get that right. I'm going to fill these overalls up like no other. But it has been a tremendous journey, and I'm truly thankful.
Deion Sanders. Broncos wideout Cortland Sutton will get a 4-year, $92 million extension in Denver. 49ers defensive end Teron Jackson out of the hospital after leaving Sunday's practice in an ambulance. The team continues to monitor him. The baseball trade deadline is Thursday. Today, the Tigers get starter Chris Paddock and right-hander Randy Dobnak in a deal with the Twins. In return, Minnesota gets a prospect. 55-year-old Texan Michael Lewis is sentenced to 18 months in prison today after pleading guilty to stalking and harassing Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Tuesday. Last year, I told you the Dolphins would regret the Tua deal. A year later, I'll tell you why I was absolutely right. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
From Studio 2 at the worldwide headquarters of ESPN.
The place.
And the HD studio in Atlanta, Georgia.
To be.
This is Freddie and Harry.
My grandmother, my mom's mom, she used to love prunes. Nice grandma.
No.
Them prunes.
No.
Don't have your
What's her middle name? I was going to say, what's her middle name? Regular?
You know what we used to call mine? Mine was Nanny. Nanny Bertha.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
God bless her.
And we'd have the beans on toast, and then we'd be out. Well, look what you made me do, she would say. Stink up the room. Look what you made me do. Nanny Bertha. Loved it. Oh, Bertha, what did you do? Look what you made me do.
What else?
Sausage sandwich.
Oh,
God, now you're giving Harry more ammo. Oh, Lord.
Sausage roll.
Liam, how many of the sausage sandwiches did you eat growing up?
You shouldn't have brought me in, Shannon. This is a setup.
This is Freddie and Harry.
And welcome to the best show on your radio, Reggae Monday style when it comes to Freddie and Harry. He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. We're presented by Progressive Insurance, and we are here on the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. You better not forget about us on TuneIn and always do your smart speaker to play ESPN Radio.
So, Shannon, Freddie, I want to do this, right? I really do.
I know it's light-skinned brothers look alike, but carry on.
This is really like a 2 or 3 minute appreciation moment for our boss, Liam Chapman, who does a phenomenal job. But, you know, having a personality to be able to join shows and have fun as well. He's very transparent as a boss as well. So, Liam, you know, on the behalf of Freddie and Harry, being Freddie, Eric, and also Shannon Penn, man, we love you. We appreciate you. And it's not every day that everyone can say that, hey, my boss is really cool as hell.
Yes.
But we also respect you, like in a way that we don't disrespect you, right?
Right. So, no doubt.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he deserves not just flowers, a whole bouquet, because he has to put up with Freddie and Harry each and every day.
Facts.
Dealing with that hornet's nest that we have become in almost 2 years. There's certain people, they come for like bonus pay, that should not have any disagreement from management. Leaving one of those people having to deal with us Monday through Friday and even on Saturdays and Sundays. How much do you want? Got it. Who are you the boss of? No problem when it comes to that. You can be the boss of this show because we know we're going to give you a chance to speak on anything you want to speak of because we have certain things that have happened today. Deion Sanders saying that he is cancer-free after having his stomach and also a tumor in his bladder being removed. He's going to coach this year when it comes to Colorado football. The Dallas Cowboys, another episode of Ask the Cowboys Turn. What is going on regarding a certain other football team in the Washington Commanders not paying Terry McLaurin? You get a chance to take over in 10 minutes like this.
Your opinion matters.
Okay, please call me. Please call me.
Call Freddie and Harry now.
Hello.
1-888-SAY-ESPN.
How's it going? Oh, hey.
That's 1-888-729-3776.
You get a chance to engage in a little.
Say what?
Whatever you got to say in about 10 minutes at 888-729-3776, because that's how we feel each and every time. The Jones boys run their mouth when their mouth almighty, tongue everlasting. And not just Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, but even Stephen Jones, the COO, Chief Operating Officer, getting involved. Now, over the weekend at Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California, as Jerry Jones got ready to speak to the masses let it be known, pay Micah, pay Micah, pay Micah. And Jerry Jones responded, I heard it light, but not compared to how I heard them say, pay Lamb last year. He also said that was a little faint little sound compared to the way they were hollering last year, pay Lamb. Whoever's not in, you can count on a few hollering that, but it was a big, loud chant last year on Lamb, end quote. Then you had Stephen Jones talking to Clarence E. Hill Jr. of All City DLLS saying about Micah Parsons, and even though he's there, he's not going to be there. Stephen Jones said, and I quote, we want to pay Micah too. He's got the want to be paid, end quote.
Say what? Lord have mercy. Be with me as we talk about this subject. I think I have started to not want to understand Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't understand their way of thinking when it comes to a lot of things. Now, I'm not talking about the business side of Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones and what they have outside of, the football part of it.
Sure.
But Micah Parsons is a major integral part to what they want to do. And he's one of the leaders on the team. He's been super successful since being drafted, I believe it was 2021. He's had double-digit sacks every year he's been in the league. In all those years, 52.5 sacks, 9 forced fumbles. When an offensive coordinator puts up game records against the Dallas Cowboys, Micah Parsons is the first person that's put up on that list. When you have a player that can line up anywhere on the defensive line and be that versatile, you're going to sit here and tell me that people were chanting that they wanted CeeDee Lamb to get paid more. Jerry, you're 82 years old. I hate I'm about to say what I'm about to say.
No, you're
Your
not.
ears can't even detect how high they were a season ago for CeeDee Lamb all the way to now. Your ears don't even allow you to do that at 82 years old.
It's the worst kind of posturing and negotiation tactic to say, well, they were a lot louder for CeeDee Lamb than they were for Micah Parsons. How do you know?
Well, I'll tell you this. So my grandmother's 84. Jerry Jones is 82. But my grandma also taught me a lie doesn't care who tells it either.
Mm-hmm.
So Jerry Jones, you don't have to get up there and fib in front of the people. The people want you to pay Micah Parsons. Forget all that other nonsense you got going on.
Right.
Pay Micah Parsons so the Dallas Cowboys can move on with their merry-go lives. That's what they want you to do. And for Stephen Jones to say, if he wants to get paid, well, Micah Parsons is on record saying that he wanted to do a deal last season. And let's talk about all the things that have occurred since that last season that Micah Parsons wanted to get paid.
Right.
We had Nick Bosa at $34 million a year. We talk about non-quarterback in the highest being paid. Then you had Max Crosby. Then you had Myles Garrett. Now T.J. Watt. See, Freddie, when I see a pair of shoes that I like, when I see it's like 10 of them that's available, guess what I do, Freddie? I ball 10. You know why I ball 10?
Why?
Because I know there's an opportunity that they're going to sell out.
Okay.
The price might go up.
All right.
So let me get them before somebody else can get all of them. Jerry Jones, you had the opportunity, but not just Micah Parsons.
Absolutely.
But with CeeDee Lamb, with Dak Prescott, with Zach Martin, with Ezekiel Elliott when he was there to get ahead of deals.
Yeah.
But you didn't do so. And you're hurting your football team in the long run because there are a handful of players that you can keep on your squad to help fill voids.
Right.
if you had the ability to do it before it came to crunch time?
Because I know if I'm Micah Parsons, I'm feeling some sort of way that you took care of Jake Ferguson before you took care of me when it comes to the extension. Because they signed nothing against Jake Ferguson. Nice tight end, decent tight end, but they took care of him before Micah Parsons in terms of an extension, which makes absolutely no sense to me. And I know if I'm Micah Parsons, I'm thinking, not saying you value him more than me, but you value getting things done with him more than you want to get things done with me. You're allowing me to have to wait this out on your terms when it comes to that. And you mentioned in terms of the truth when it comes to the Jones boys, meaning Jerry Jones and his son, Stephen Jones. You're right about one thing, and it was said best like this.
Jerry, just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
That's the Cowboys right there in a nutshell. That is the Cowboys.
That's a great point, Freddie.
That is the Cowboys right there in a nutshell. George Costanza said it best to Jerry Seinfeld way back then. He said it way back then, and it applies right now for the Cowboys and Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones.
Jerry, just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
Whatever they say out there, they believe it. Whatever they put out there about, last year was a lot louder for CeeDee Lamb than it was for Micah Parsons. They believed it. When Stephen Jones says, we want to pay Micah too, he's got to want to be paid. They believe that nonsense. Everybody knows it's nonsense. But on Planet Jones, those lies and those truths get blurred all the time because they want everybody to realize we still run this thing.
Oh, yeah.
We are the thing that runs this thing. Right. Nobody's
I'm the head honcho in charge.
Right. The only one that's going to send to this throne when it comes to Jerry Jones is when I finally move on and Stephen Jones takes over. Somebody named Jones is going to be running this team. And I'm the head Jones. I'm the HJIC. I'm the head Jones in charge that's going to be running this. They are not going to allow any player to believe that their potential popularity or power is going to take over. Not that that's in any danger anyway.
But I'm nervous about that though, right, Freddie? Not
with
because
Micah Parsons.
Not because Stephen Jones can't, find talent. Not because the Dallas Cowboys can't draft well, but it's when these guys want their second or third contracts. Mm-hmm. And I'm afraid when it's time for Stephen Jones to take over, that he's been around his father so long that he may use some of these negotiating tactics and think it's okay.
Right. Well, it's been proven because he thinks that has worked for their dad. And you know what the bottom line is? That players don't want to leave. Dak Prescott never wanted to leave Dallas. But Jerry made him sweat a little bit before he said, here's $62 million. CeeDee Lamb put on record, this is the organization I always wanted to play for when I was younger. Jerry made him sweat just a little bit before $34 million in annual contract came his way. Micah Parsons has always been on record. This is where I've always wanted to play, even though I grew up in Philadelphia. I didn't want to play for the Eagles. I wanted to play for the Cowboys. Well, why would you want to have a potential Saquon Barkley situation if you're the Cowboys? Where all of a sudden you force a guy to say, if you don't want me, I'll go to the division rival. Because we saw how that worked for the Giants. They didn't want to pay Saquon Barkley. They didn't want to pay more than their quarterback on the same level. He goes to the Philadelphia Eagles, and we know what happened after that. You got a native Philadelphian in Micah Parsons. The best way to hurt you is to go to a rival because you know the Eagles will not turn that down.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shannon. I know you listening right now. I hope we not hurt you. I know you're still in the transfer portal, but we know, Shannon really? Penn, that your deep down love is the New York Giants, and I really hated that happened to you last season. Saquon went to the divisional rival and won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Oh man, Shannon, I hate you got to go through this.
Put it this way,
Cowboys fans. I hope you never have to go through this.
What do you mean? Hope they don't. We're always going through it now. It's not changing as long as the Jones boys are in charge of the Dallas Cowboys, who, of course, are always entertaining to watch and hear about. And what to watch for is brought to you by Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Get great deals on the hottest tickets this way. You can experience it live. He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. It's Reggae Monday. Freddie and Harry style on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. It's always good to hear from you at 888-729-3776. It's all about the Dallas Cowboys and the nonsense they put everybody through that has conversations about. Harry does have his top 5 players under the most pressure in the NFC. He had Jordan Love, the Packers, at 5, Dak Prescott, the Cowboys, at 4, Brock Purdy, the 49ers, at 3, J.J. McCarthy, the Vikings, at 2, and Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears at number 1. Shedeur Sanders, is the door open for him? Then maybe a starting quarterback sooner than later in Cleveland. Pick one and have that at 888-729-3776. Mr. Magic in Illinois, what you got?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you? HD, first of all, FC and HD, how y'all doing? HD, first of all, you had your top 5 players last week, and FC got it right. But I ain't mad at you, HD. As long as you had him in the top 4, TJ Watt, that's fine with me. I like that. Second of all, that guy who came on early, the quarterback guru, he did a good job. He's doing a great job. I'm proud of him. Praying for prime time and his family. Hope we can beat this. I just said FC. I hope it doesn't come back. But he's a strong man. He's going to fight through it. Now, y'all know Mr. Spotlight. Y'all just, as my man, Captain Marvel, A-Rod from my Steelers said, just relax, y'all. Y'all know Mr. Spotlight is going to sign the contract the day of when they play the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all know he did it last year with Dak Prescott to take all the attention off to Kansas City, getting their rings, and he signed on that day. He's going to sign it. He's going to sign a contract, and it's going to be a very large, lucrative contract, too. This is what Mr. Spotlight does. You know, he loves the Spotlight. HD, he loves all in the videos, all on Spotify, all on Instagram. You know, what owner do you know in the history of sports that before the coach has his press conference, he has his own press conference? Have you ever seen an owner do that before?
Jerry Jones.
Never in life. Never in life. Only Mr. Spotlight can do that, y'all. Only him. He wants all the credit. So.
And that's never going to change anytime soon with Jerry Jones. And the players know it. So the players are like, look, if you're going to hog that, then we're going to fight for ourselves. We're going to fight amongst each other in terms of fighting for ourselves against other opponents. It's not going to be just a win for you. We're going to do this for us. If you get the benefit of it, so be it. But we're going to make sure that people know it's going to be us in this locker room, not us and you together trying to win here in Dallas.
So here's the crazy thing, Mr. Magic. I do believe that the Cowboys are going to wait until the week of. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to happen on game day, though.
It'll be that Monday or Tuesday.
I believe it's going to happen on that Tuesday. So every network is talking about it on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yep.
Pre-game analysis on Thursday.
Absolutely.
Before the Friday night game. On Saturday, even when college football is going on. And then on Sunday, NFL, primetime, live, the pregame shows that they do. Like, that's just Jerry. And it would not surprise me if it happened at that time. It really wouldn't.
I guarantee you, no later than Monday or Tuesday, that first game. The week of that first game. No later Monday or Tuesday for everything you said about controlling.
NFL Countdown, excuse me.
Whatever you want. NFL Countdown, NFL 38, NFL Brazil. It's going to be everywhere the minute that signing happens, probably that Monday or that Tuesday. One of our favorites, and David is in Ohio. David, what you got to say?
Yeah, Freddie, I think the Cowboys are going to wait also until the last minute. And, excuse me, thank you.
God bless you.
Sorry, I'm wrapping up my work here. I think they're going to wait until the last minute to pay Micah as well. And I think Dak Prescott's under the most pressure because the Cowboys haven't sniffed the Super Bowl since the 90s. And I would even go as far as to say that Jerry Jones might call Troy Aikman to see if he can still throw the ball out there. So, thank you.
So here's why I don't believe that Dak Prescott has the most pressure.
Okay.
Number one, he's the highest paid quarterback. He's making $60 million a year.
Okay.
That $60 million it's going into his bank account no matter what.
So that doesn't equate most pressure because he's the highest paid and playing for that franchise?
But here's another thing. Do you view the Dallas Cowboys as Super Bowl contenders?
No, but both can be true here. They're not Super Bowl contenders, but a lot of pressure's on Dak Prescott to produce because of that money.
Let me ask you this. So if the Dallas Cowboys do not make the playoffs, I'm not going to be like, oh, wow, man, I thought the Dallas Cowboys. Now, if you tell me the Minnesota Vikings or the Green Bay Packers and teams like that, they're struggling, I'm going to be more surprised by that than I am the Dallas Cowboys.
That's completely fair. That doesn't mean that there's less pressure. I think Dak Prescott has the most pressure out of anybody in your list. I don't have a problem with your list, but because of who he plays for, a known who can't stop running his mouth and that star on the side of his helmet, whether they make the playoffs or not. If they don't make the playoffs, they're going to say, well, Dak, you got to play better. They do make the playoffs. Hey, Dak, you better play better in the playoffs. That's why I censor myself on that one.
Well, see, that's what I think. Like we've been saying this for, 3 years straight?
We've been saying it way too long.
For Dak Prescott? So
we've been saying it way too long.
We're just going to add another year to it?
Yes, we are.
So that's why I just believe from a contending standpoint, That's why I'm putting those other guys up there.
That's fair. Brandon, New Jersey, what you got for Freddie and Harry on Reggae Monday at 888-729-3776 to be heard on ESPN Radio?
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Good.
I'm just calling in about Terry McLaurin's contract. I'm a big Washington fan ever since '87. But reality is, I don't think this dude should get $33 million or more on his contract. I mean, he's 30 years old. He's never had a 2-touchdown game in his career, I believe. And even though he's one of the most contested catchers, and he's beautiful at it, but he can't really get away from the receivers as well as he used to. I mean, I watched every snap. He's not up there with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and everything like that. I mean, I think it's just going to be a big reality check from seeing what Jalen Lane can do and Ja'Cory Brooks. I think they're going to be the ones to step up and come through for this team.
Brandon, really quick, let me ask you a question. Do you view the Washington Commanders as Super Bowl contenders?
Absolutely.
All right, now let me ask you this question.
Especially if you keep Terry McLaurin.
But just give me a second. If Terry McLaurin is not with the Washington Commanders this season, you still view them as Super Bowl contenders?
Absolutely. I think they upgraded their defense. I think, honestly, they're going to be, knock on wood, a top 10 defense in the league.
He has a lot of faith. You know where that comes from? That's a lot of faith in your quarterback. That no matter who's with Jaden Daniels, he'll be able to make that work. That's the kind of hope that he has brought to that franchise that we have not heard of in about 15 years, maybe even further than that with the Washington football team.
So I would say this. Your quarterback already has to make up for the deficiencies of your football team. And he covered up a lot of them, trust me. Now we're going to add another one? If Terry McLaurin's not there, we're going to add another one?
Yeah, I'm not
that huge and that massive?
Yeah, but here's on the other side of that. To Brandon's point, if you're the Washington Commanders, are you going to commit that kind of money per year to a guy that's north of 30? How many times have you seen guys base their contracts on players because they get to a certain age? Hell, running backs been paying for that 30-year mark for a long time. That's why Jerry Jones said we didn't have the money to pay Derrick Henry. Then what does Derrick Henry do? Go out and have almost 2,000 yards rushing with the Baltimore Ravens because they thought close to 30 years of age or past 30, they didn't want to commit that kind of money to Derrick Henry.
But let me say this. When it comes to Terry McLaurin, we're talking about a guy who has been consistent within your organization with multiple people throwing him the football.
Yeah, but see, the reason he hadn't had a 2-touchdown catch game because look at the bums that were throwing him the football at that time. Sam Howell.
I'm not saying.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Just putting it out there. I mean, I hear what Brandon's saying, but Terry McLaurin could not be faulted for guys who sometimes he'd get beat, have a receiver beat down the field, and the quarterback that rev like he was punting the football just to get it to him and hope it doesn't get intercepted. He finally has the quarterback to get the ball to him. It may be a little late, but to me, he's worth the money because he's still a top-flight wide receiver, and we're seeing it because he finds a top-flight quarterback that can actually get him the football down the field, that can understand the strain of throwing the ball 50 yards down the field and get him the ball in great stride.
So y'all know I'm an old-school dude, so I listen to Grandma a lot. Grandma also told me this. Well, baby, you just don't know how bad you're going to miss something till it's gone, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, because as your grandmother always said a long time ago.
Jerry, just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
He's Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman. It's Reggae Monday time when it comes to Freddie and Harry. Keep weighing in on the socials at Coleman ESPN and at H Douglas 83, and also the Freddie and Harry call-in line number at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. People had a lot of things to say part of camp weekend in the NFL. They can say whatever they want, but we'll get to the truth behind that if you keep it here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The NFL on ESPN Radio.
Jalen Hurts may be the most disrespected quarterback we have ever seen.
Camp to camp, team to team. 38 days until opening night.
Let's go. Get this show going, man.
The countdown continues on ESPN Radio.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlog projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now at Lands, it's a great time to buy a new Trane heating and cooling system. We are offering special financing or up to $1,500 off any qualifying Trane system. At Lands, we know what it takes to deliver exceptional comfort, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you are thinking of a new comfort system, now is the time to buy. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
We all have a mission in life. Something that drives us to explore, to grow, to love. And when we discover it, we're made whole. At OSF Healthcare, we want you to be the best you possible. We're here for you on your schedule to make your life just a little bit easier. Whatever your mission is, we're here to support it. Your life, our mission. Learn more at osfhealthcare.org/mission.
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. Tell me about Gail Frericks Trucking.
We're doing great right now with freight and drivers. We do have a couple of spots. For July, I'm going to go ahead. We did last month, and it was great, and it filled up what we had available. I'm going to go ahead and do a $4,000 sign-on bonus for the month of July. And with the reminder that the drivers that are with us when harvest starts will be the first ones that have the opportunity to haul grain in the fall. There'll be about 4 or 5 of those spots open. That means they're home every night. They're making a good paycheck every day. Now they do have to work on the weekend some during harvest because that's all dictated by the weather, but we have several people that enjoy doing that.
You bet.
So if somebody is interested in that, get on with us now, get some regional work in, and be ready to go harvest in the fall.
Give us that contact information.
Email me at timo@gftlog.com or call me 765-793-7131 and hit 4 when the auto attendant answers.
Yeah, we have just hired a new psychiatrist. We have 2. We have nurse practitioners and social workers, and so we'll have to hire a couple more to expand this as well, but we're having some success with that, which is good. Then we'll have the full outpatient side of it too. It won't just be hospitalization. Most people will just need to go, therapy, med management, just regular outpatient visits, and so we'll have the full component. We're starting construction for the extra floors now. We'll have the full shift of the Urbana campus by January. And I also want to just point out that a lot of our specialists, cardiology, general surgery, all of the specialty providers will either be in Danville or in Bloomington at St. Joe's. And so we're really kind of doing this as a sort of a full OSF spectrum of care and where it makes the most sense for patients where there's demand, where there's a lot of volume. Huge demands in Danville. That's been an underserved market for a number of years. So we feel like having some of our specialists relocate there will really be great for the community.
JT Barnhart, President and CEO of OSF Healthcare. Diane, what's that website?
osfhealthcare.org.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or Go to GNC.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Pro Football Hall of Famer and Colorado coach Deion Sanders had surgery to remove his bladder after doctors discovered a cancerous tumor. Sanders says today he is cancer-free. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports today on former Raiders defensive lineman Christian Wilkins.
When you speak to people there inside the locker room, they say that Christian playfully went to kiss a teammate on top of his head, and those same people said that that player took offense to it.
Adam Schefter on the Pat McAfee Show, critical of the way Wilkins was rehabbing a left foot injury. The Raiders voided $35 million in guaranteed money on his contract. Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase goes on non-disciplinary paid leave through the end of August as part of a sports betting investigation involving Cleveland starter Luis Ortiz. Cubs president Jed Hoyer gets a multi-year contract extension. He's in his 14th year with the team and 5th as president. Tulane senior basketball player Greg Glenn III died over the weekend in what the school is calling a tragic accident. He was 22 years old.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, man. It's Reggae Monday with Freddie and Harry.
Tell me where you wanna go. Nothing can tear us apart. You got a piece of my heart.
Reggae Monday keeps rolling on when it comes to Freddie and Harry. He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. We're presented by Progressive Insurance on Sirius XM Channel 80. Don't forget about us and tune in, and always to that smart speaker. They'll play ESPN Radio. It's no longer Camp Confidential. If you say something and reporters are around, be prepared to have to deal with it or have us talk about it. In other words, it's time for us to do a little...
I have to believe 1 and 1 is 3. I can't operate where 1 and 1 is 2.
They said what?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be about right now. So we bring in Eric Hanneman, our producer. He's going to bring us certain subjects who said a little this, a little that, and we'll do a little what they said, what we heard. But before things like that, Harry Does has got something to say about what he just heard, that he's got something to say.
What did Jerry Jones just see? It's stuff like that.
That's the classic one right there.
That makes me believe Jerry has become delusional. You know, it's hard to believe 1 + 1 is 2. It's 3.
He's on another level, Harry, right?
Yeah, I think he's got the wrong word that starts with DE, not delusional, dimensional. I know dimensional is not a word, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, Eric, what's you got?
Well, the question in terms of delusion is whether the Bills can actually beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Josh Allen was speaking to the NFL Network at one of the camps, and he talked about their chances of winning the Super Bowl.
I think it continues to drive us. Internally, I want to do it, for selfish reasons. But when you have everybody in the city in Western New York, for that matter, and Bills Mafia across the globe pulling for you and rooting for you, it makes you play that much harder. It makes you train that much harder. And that's the only thing that's on my mind during camp, right? It's just like, what can we do to bring a Lombardi Trophy home? And now when we get to the season, it's 1 week at a time, and it's playoff caliber, and doing everything that we can do to make the playoffs, because you can't win the Super Bowl if you don't make the playoffs. So absolutely, there's steps you have to take, and again, just put our heads down, work hard, and hope for the best.
So Harry, you heard what he said, Josh Allen. What did you hear?
Basically, what I heard from Josh Allen is, by all means necessary, find a way to get it done. Because it doesn't matter how great he plays as an individual. If they lose to the Kansas City Chiefs another time for a 5th time in the playoffs, we're still going to put it on you, Josh Allen. No matter what everybody else does. It's going to be Josh Allen could not get past Patrick Mahomes. That's the way it's going to be looked at. That's the way it's going to be viewed. Is that fair? No one cares about fair. Now, when you win MVP in 2024, no one cares. That's what I heard.
What he said was, pressure is going to be there. We understand that. What I heard was, man, oh man, we're running out of excuses. That's what I heard from Josh Allen. Yeah, we know we got the fan support is always going to be there. It's one of the best fan bases in the National Football League, and I guess it has to be with all the heartbreak they've gone through. But he also knows that potential Super Bowl window that I believe is only open to 2 teams right now, Kansas City and Philadelphia, because they won it more recently. That window may not even be there the more and more they can't get it done in the playoffs, especially when they run into you-know-who number 15 in red and white for the Chiefs.
So this year's Super Bowl is going to be taking place at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. So the tight end George Kittle at camp talked about playing, use a certain term here, the Super Bowl where, George?
In my personal opinion, I think we still have a fantastic offense. I know we lost, 2 key pieces of our offense. Debo, hard to replace Debo, one of my favorite teammates. Just an absolute problem, the matchup problem, all the things we did with him in the backfield and moving him around and stuff. So that's hard to replace. And then we lost Aaron Banks to the Packers. So happy for him to go out there and get paid, much deserved. I think the guys that, have replaced those 2 players are both very solid players, and we have guys that can take over and take some of those reps. But I also think it'll be a really good challenge for Coach Shanahan to kind of change our offense up a little bit, because you can't rely on Debo to play running back and the slot stuff. So I think it'll be good for our entire offense. And then on defense, for us to win a lot of games, we have a lot of young guys, and a lot of young guys need to step up. A lot of young guys need to play at a high level early, and so hopefully this training camp will prepare them to do that.
Well, he didn't say it there, but he said he wanted to play the Super Bowl in their, quote, home office.
Mm-hmm.
So, great setup by me, of course. But, Freddie, what do you think? What did you just hear there from George Kittle in terms of the Niners' chances of getting back to the Super Bowl?
I hope we get there, because a lot of guys that we had the guys there the last time are not there now. So we're hoping that the guys that are going to replace them will step up and step in and continue the San Francisco 49er way, because we've had 2 opportunities to beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl, and we have not done it. So we hope that if they stand in and do the things we believe they can do, then maybe, just maybe, we can have a chance to play in our home office and a Super Bowl and get it done.
What I heard from George Kittle is that there are a lot of pieces to the puzzle, a lot of new pieces to the puzzle, and guys filling in with different roles. I hope those guys can get it done, because if they play at an extreme level, we have an opportunity. It's not a guarantee those guys are going to do it, because it's a lot of production that is no longer on this football team, offensively and defensively. I'm hoping that our guys can get it done.
You got me there, Harry. A little false start by me.
It's okay.
Moving on to Chargers camp here, Justin Herbert talking about the priority for this season. If you based it on last season, and probably not throwing 4 interceptions in a playoff game. But, Justin, you take it away from here.
I've always tried to stay away from statistical goals. I think if you want to include wins, I think wins are our number 1 priority. Winning as many games as we can and scoring touchdowns. And if we're doing that as an offense, and if I'm doing that as a quarterback, then we're going to have a lot of success. Whether it's passing yards, touchdowns, completions, it really just comes down to wins and scoring touchdowns.
So, Harry, you heard what Justin Herbert had to say there. What did you hear?
So I heard that, hey, from an individual standpoint, I've had all the numbers put up in my first 3 seasons in the NFL. Now it's about wins, and now it's about postseason wins. It's about putting our team in a position to have success. Also, I heard that, hey, we might not have the personnel for me to put up these glaring numbers. As long as we win, we're fine.
What I heard was, it's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's cliche, man. That's what I heard from Justin Herbert. Well, if we get more wins, then we'll have more wins getting into the playoffs. When we get in the playoffs, we got to win games to keep playing in the playoffs. That's what I heard. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's cliche, man. Because
underdog.
Because Jim Harbaugh has schooled him. If you know something, say nothing. If you know more, say less. Don't give anybody any reason to have bulletin board material or social media material that they can use against you. So Justin Herbert, he went and put on the cape where he flew out and said, it's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's cliche, man, starring Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers.
All right, fellas, that was the camp sound that we have for this segment here, but we're going to pivot onto what we heard yesterday in Cooperstown, New York, where Ichiro Suzuki, who was, honestly, he was on one. He was very really was. Very funny, and there was one clip where he said when he got a call from the Marlins, he didn't know that they were a franchise. He didn't know they existed. So he was definitely on one during his Hall of Fame acceptance speech. And, of course, he had to call out the one guy who did not vote for him to be a Hall of Famer.
Baseball taught me what it means to be a professional.
And I believe that is the main reason I am here today. Not because my skills are better than others. 3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired.
So, Freddie, what did you hear there from Ichiro Suzuki calling out the one writer that didn't vote for him?
Best Roberto ever by anybody in a Hall of Fame speech. Ichiro's like, really? So you're going to be the one for whatever reason? And he said, I want to sit down with this guy. But now he's like, look, my home was open to you. I'd have catered the best meal for you. You'd had a glass of wine with me. But since you don't want to make yourself known, why you decided to put me on a ballot when everybody else did, you know what? The food is no longer catered. The wine is going to be warm. You can beat it with your principles because I still got here and I deserve to be unanimous Hall of Famer.
I heard a shout out through humor.
Yes.
To make sure that things like this doesn't transpire in the future. And great by Suzuki.
And by the way, Suzuki, that was a tight suit game he had on, man.
I know.
He looked like what? You know what he looked like? He looked like one of those businessmen that started from the bottom and now runs a whole entire corporation where countries have to report to him. That when he walks in the room, they go, oh, there's Ichiro. There's Ichiro. He's got a lot of money. That's what he looked like. Ichiro was nattily attired and gave a great Hall of Fame speech in Cooperstown, New York last night.
We must stop this nonsense when it comes to the voting process. I'm just sorry. Well, I mean,
making themselves known.
It should have been unanimous.
I agree with that.
There's my thing is like, I want to know what's your reasoning for not.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
Because it cannot be valid no matter what the reasoning is.
Especially when he has the most hits in his season in Major League Baseball history, 262. You combine the hits he had in the Far East and Major League Baseball, it's close to 4,700. He had 12 straight seasons, 10 straight seasons, getting at least 200 hits in a season. And yet somebody said, you know what? That wasn't enough for me to put him on my ballot.
When something is this glaring, in my opinion, and you have like one person that doesn't vote whoever in a unanimous way, I feel like your voting should be revoked, honestly, because it's glaring that Ichiro should have been unanimous.
Yeah, to me, the only worse voters than baseball, right, Associated America voters for the Hall of Fame are Heisman Trophy voters. I swear some of these people have never watched a football game in their life all season long. That they've looked at highlights or stats. And I'll never forget, we have a person who run the Heisman Trophy, child named Ty Detmer, who has a Heisman Trophy vote. We had him on about that year's Heisman Trophy winner. He said, he confessed he never watched football. I'm thinking, are you going to vote? He goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to vote. Whoa, you shouldn't be voting. If you haven't watched any college football all year long, you shouldn't be voting, as far as that goes.
I agree with that.
I don't know if he's watching it now, but I'm with you. When it comes to writers not making their vote known, why they decide not to put Ichiro Suzuki on the ballot, a Heisman Trophy voter who sometimes shouldn't have a Heisman Trophy vote anyway, those two voting blocks need to be reevaluated, in my opinion, because it does a disservice to baseball on one side and football on the other side.
Back when I was in school, it was always you have to show your work, right? So like, if you didn't vote for Ichiro Suzuki,
good one.
You got to show your work. Like at least you don't necessarily have to be named necessarily, but like submit a paragraph of why you didn't vote for him.
That's a good one.
And then have it read, and then your name's not on it. It's by anonymous, but like at least there's a reasoning. It's not going to make any sense, but at least there's something.
Yeah.
Could you imagine getting a D or an F on a test because you didn't show your work, even though you got the answer correct?
Hey, proved you didn't cheat. Prove your worth.
E-Dog said, man, that hit home. That's personal for me.
Good on E-Dog. Yeah, it was definitely a personal bent.
He said, show your work.
Yeah,
say it with your chest.
I can't tell you how many times I had the right answer, and I'm like, why did I get points off for that? Oh, you didn't show your work.
All day.
Come on.
All day.
The answer's
Took
right.
the test. Got the answer right. Show my work.
Home for real.
Leave me alone, teacher. I'm the man. He's Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman with Eric Hanneman and Josiah Howard, part of the Four Horsemen today when it comes to Reggae Monday involving Freddie and Harry. And does Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs, did he get more ammo to make sure that last year is not going to happen again this year? This is ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Tuesday. Last year, I told you the Dolphins would regret the Tua deal. A year later, I'll tell you why I was absolutely right. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Neighborhood Nights with the Urbana Park District will feature different bands every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 8 p.m. performing in various Urbana parks.
Enjoy live music this Wednesday night, July 30th with Johnny and the New Crew in Meadowbrooks Prairie Play Park.
There's free popcorn and lemonade, along with fun activities and community resources. Bring your lawn chair out Wednesdays throughout the summer starting at 6:30. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
At Freedom Roofing, they stand for quality, integrity, and the American way. Locally owned and built on trust, they take pride in protecting what matters most, your home. Their expert team delivers top-notch craftsmanship with unbeatable customer service because you deserve nothing less. When storms hit or roofs age, call the name that stands for strength. Freedom Roofing, proudly serving our community because your roof should be as strong as the country we call home. Freedom Roofing, built on trust, powered by integrity. Visit freedomchampagne.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
25 U.S. Open Tennis Championships are back. Where the world's greatest city meets the world's greatest tennis players. This is where tradition meets trending. And every moment, history. August 18th through September 7th. And for the first time ever, the Singles Championship starts Sunday, August 24th. All tickets on sale now at usopen.org. Spectacular awaits.
You have cancer. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself.
Round 1 of chemotherapy. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna survive. There's no way I'm gonna let this take over me.
Cancer doesn't care what you look like, who you are.
It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love.
You ready to get this cancer about you? Let's do it.
Live
fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
That's what they say of me, say of me, say of me. This one's a fighter.
Because of all the donations, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
1, 2, 3. Never give up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
ESPN Fantasy Football is more than just a game. It's thousands of stories in the making. Like that one league that hasn't missed a draft since the 20th century. Or the one that decides their draft order by competing in a legit athletic combine. Or the league where if you come in last, you have to sit in a closet and assemble a 300-piece puzzle. In the dark. Yeah, that stuff really actually happened. The football may be fantasy, but the stories are 100% real. So download the ESPN Fantasy app, sign up, and start your story today. Insights with IBM Watson X.
Coming September 2nd to ESPN Radio, The Rich Eisen Show.
He's got 2,189 passing yards so far, matching the amount he had against Patrick Mahomes in college in that one game. He's Baker Mayfield with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Rich. The Rich Eisen Show.
He's the head coach of the Detroit Lions. He's Dan Campbell back here in The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing good. Rich Eisen coming September 2nd, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. Man. It's Reggae Monday with Freddie and Harry.
I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. So good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
He's Harry Douglas. Freddie Coleman. It is Reggae Monday when it comes to Freddie and Harry on Sirius XM Channel 80. Don't forget about us and tune in and also your smart speaker that play ESPN Radio. This is one of the reasons why I'm glad I'm at a certain age, where certain things don't bother me as much as they bother younger people. For example, the Madden Ratings 99 Club. A lot of people exercise that one, Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs quarterback, was left off of the 99 Club. Now, here are the 7 players that are at the top of the top when it comes to that Madden Ratings 99 Club. Eagles running back Saquon Barkley, Eagles offensive lineman Lane Johnson, Bills quarterback Josh Allen, Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, and Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson. But Harry Douglas, only 7 could be named. Patrick Mahomes not of that Super 7 of the Madden Ratings 99 Club.
So did we ever clear up what his rating is?
So I don't believe that they have come out with the rest of the ratings. This is just the reveal of the 99 players at the moment.
Okay.
But last year it was 99.
Ocho Cinco, Chad Ocho Cinco was on shows this morning on First Take, and I think he said that Mahomes, as a 98 overall, is a fair Madden rating. So now, if that's true, that Mahomes is a 98, I'm just trying to figure out, he's not a 99. Why?
No, that's a good question. As someone who's not
he's a 98, Freddie Coleman,
right? Mm-hmm.
Why isn't he a 99?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
And I get it. Lamar Jackson was up for an MVP award last season. Could have easily won it. Josh Allen won it. Yeah. Those are 2 guys who are a 99 for 2025 in the game, right? Madden 26, I would say. But at the same time, just correct me if I'm wrong. The last time I checked, Patrick Mahomes is 5-0 versus both of those quarterbacks in the playoffs.
Yes.
Let me know if I'm wrong, Freddie. Maybe I'm misspeaking.
No, you're not misspeaking at all.
Okay.
Whatever that rating system is, that's the system that they have in place.
Remind me if I'm wrong, though, Freddie. When it came to both of those offenses last season, who had less to work with between the 3 quarterbacks?
Oh, that'd be one, number 15 in white and red.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. Why isn't he a 99 again?
I have no idea. I love when ratings like this come out because they're doing exactly what it's designed to do, to have a conversation, as we're 38 days away from the NFL season. Now, more than likely, Patrick Mahomes is not going to be exercised by this. He's got 3 reasons, called 3 Super Bowl championship rings, not to worry about it. That does mean the competitor inside him is not thinking, oh, really? All right. Y'all keep messing with the king and keep coming at the king, and you better not miss, like they said in The Wire. because that guy has shown when you come at the king, more often than not, you're going to wind up with empty hands.
So what's unique about this offseason for Patrick Mahomes, he goes to a different barber now. He has to do a haircut. And I could just imagine that conversation now in the barbershop, right?
Because of different personnel.
Dang, P. They call him P. They don't even call him Mahomes or Patrick. Dang, P. They got two guys on the list at 99 that can't even beat you in the playoffs. P, you going to let them do that to you, P? See, that's how they talk in the barbershop, y'all. You going to accept that?
They may talk like that around the Mahomes family table because we know his younger brother's not sure of having a conversation and running his mouth. And we know Mama Mahomes loves running her mouth in favor of her son. And the current Mrs. Mahomes, Patrick's wife, she will speak up a honey bunch too. So believe me.
Not in the Mahomes house.
Exactly. Not in Big Daddy's house. Not in Big Daddy's house. And
whose house, Freddie?
Big Daddy's house. Not in Big Daddy's house. He's still the Big Daddy of the National Football League. I know Jalen Hurts and that team is wearing the championship from last year. They've made it a point to say that was last year. This is a different year because they know plenty of people want to knock him off that perch, either in the NFC when it comes to Washington, Minnesota, the Rams, etc., and definitely in the AFC. Whoever comes out of the AFC, the Eagles come out of the NFC. If it's Kansas City, they're going to have that memory burned in their mind, how they got the blood beaten out of them earlier this year in February in that Super Bowl.
I'm having a hard time trying to fathom that Patrick Mahomes is not a 99 when two quarterbacks on this list, the last two seasons, both lost to Patrick Mahomes in a playoff setting.
Well,
he is the reason why they can't even get to a Super Bowl game.
Mahomes around to find out.
Make it make sense.
Madden around and find out. You're not helping anybody else in the AFC not named Kansas City with that rating of their best player in the league, still in my opinion, that didn't get a 99 rating compared to the other 7 guys above him on that list. The more I know, the less I understand. He's Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. Welcome to Reggae Monday when it comes to Freddie and Harry. And Caleb Williams is going to have to take a little bit longer to flourish, according to who and his new offensive coordinator. That's next.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
There was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
With the new school year coming up quickly, it's time to start thinking about back-to-school physicals. Children going into kindergarten, 6th grade, and 9th grades are required to get a physical before going back to school. However, it's a good idea to take your child at any age once a year to their provider for an annual checkup before school starts. Christie Clinic pediatricians and family medicine providers are now scheduling annual back-to-school physicals. To schedule an appointment with your Christie Clinic pediatrician or family medicine provider, please visit www.christieclinic.com.
Well, I tell you what, though, A&R has been such an amazing, impactful company. Your grandfather, your dad, you've all gone through stuff. And your secret is what, John?
Well, I mean, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing, first of all. And you got to surround yourself with good people. And I think over the years, we've had some really good people that have been part of A&R. And, you know, we owe a lot of our success, if not all of it, to those people.
Neil, you could say A&R has built a great part of Champaign-Urbana. It's about people. Can you explain the culture, why people would want to work at A&R?
We've had several families where we've gone even 3 generations. And these guys are long-term employees. They want to stay with us. And it's rewarding to know that they want to be with us. We have their backs. They have our backs. And that's a unique perspective, I think, from anybody this day and age.
I'm positive because you're such a solid company. A&R Mechanical, a thriving leader 100 years later.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible